What is up, everyone? X here, and today got some Blacklight Retribution gameplay for you guys. This is some AR on offshore TDM, and pretty much in this video I'm just going to share this little build that I have that I've been pretty much testing out lately. And yeah, I mean, this build is it's pretty good. I mean, I've been playing around with it. I mean, it's good at what it's meant to do, is how I should put it. It's called the Quick Collapsing Stallion. The build of it will pop up right here, and also be in the description if you want to go and check out the parts there. But essentially, this assault rifle, it's built around mainly close to mid-range. Well, obviously, but more focused on close range. So it's like its accuracy is pretty good, the hip fire is really good, the speed is half decent on it, and the reload and stuff is really good because I put on the quick mag instead of going for extended mag or just the default, because I find when you're using the assault rifle, just like having the faster reload kind of works out a lot better. Then also the damage is at 51, so it'll 5-shot pretty much anyone when you're facing them, and 4-shot most people. So I mean, it's a good build to run around with, and it works for the most part. So I mean, for the muzzle, you're using the Briar XS suppressed, and this is probably my favorite suppressor just because it's a good all-arounder. Knocks down the recoil a bit and doesn't really take a hit to the damage, so it's good for getting a little bit more control on the weapon for when you use it. The barrel is the Briar Composite LBiV, and this is one of my favorite barrels actually. It's on par with the Armcon barrel, just this one is slightly faster, so it doesn't have as much of a run penalty on it as the Armcon does. So it's a good barrel all around. It's a good, like, more kind of close range focused barrel, but it does work well depending on what stock you put with it. So it's a good all-arounder. Can't really complain with it. I also like the way it looks. It looks very nice, and it's kind of short, so it doesn't really get up in your face and take up most of your screen, which is also like a little sort of, I guess you could say, kind of like a little plus that doesn't really give much of a stat bonus, but in terms of playing around with it, it's really nice. So I can't complain. Scope is the OPRL Reflex 2 Holo. This is just personal touch. Obviously, for scopes you can put whatever you want. In terms of what I like, this is the one I pretty much always play around with. So yeah, it's what I like to use. Magazine is the Vulcan STD-03QAR. So this is your quick loading magazine. Puts your reload to 1.85 seconds, so it is really fast. It's great because I find when you're using the assault rifle, you have enough shots to take out people, so you're not really hurting for bullets. But when you do need a reload, it's really good for in those like tighter situations. You're not going to be spending a lot of time reloading, and oftentimes just having the faster reload does beat out the extra bullets, just because you can get back into the action a bit faster. So it's obviously preference based, but I do like the faster reload, at least with the AR. For the SMG is another story. SMG, I like the extra bullets to spray with, but in terms of the AR, faster reloading is what I go for. And the stock is the Vulcan ACP-3 Collapsible. So this stock is mainly for your accuracy. It's a good stock all around, just if you're going for accuracy, not there's some other stocks I use when I want for speed, but because of the way this build works, it's really good for hip firing. So I mean, the way it controls when hip firing is really good. The aimed spray is really easy to control as well. So it's a good build all around, just for like keeping on target. It doesn't do as much damage. Its damage is only at 51, which is still above the base damage of the stock assault rifle. But I want to say it works well for what I need it to do. So I mean, when you're getting up close, you can hip fire really well. When you're ADSing, it's not getting out of control really fast. It's really easy to control because the recoil is only at 2.76%. So I mean, it's 2.76 degrees. It's a really sort of very manageable AR build. It's really good for when you're up close and personal. And at ranges, it doesn't fare too well at ranges, but just the general kind of running around with it. It's a more kind of like if you play with the SMG, but the damage on the SMG isn't really that how you want it. Like in terms of engaging people at ranges, it's not that great. This assault rifle is a good balance between that. really works well in terms of like up close engagements, and sort of working to the mid range. You're not ideal, but in terms of up close engagements, it's going to be really good in terms of like the hip fire and all that stuff. Because one of the things with the assault rifle is that, sure, I mean, ADS is pretty good, but you also want to build it so that you're good for hip fire, because when you do get into those close range engagements, being able to hip fire really well is going to save you on a lot of occasions. And just when you build it to be more controllable, obviously the ADS becomes more controllable as well. So I mean, that was my main goal with this weapon, is to get it, make it very controllable, very easy to use. It's not something like you're going to be doing high damage, but you're going to have to be dealing with a lot of recoil. I mean, the accuracy on it's still really good. The aimed accuracy is 0.74 degrees, spread from the hip is 2.8, and the spread while moving is 4.02, so it's, overall, it's going to stay really accurate, and that's obviously the main point of it, is that you want the gun to stay accurate at all times, and this kind of does the trick for it. So I mean, you can't really complain with what the assault rifle does. Obviously, this is just one of the different variations that you could do, but in terms of like working around how this weapon works, this is you're going to be more up close with this weapon. As you can see with my armor, I'm at 190, so it's more of a mobile build I'm running with it, not really engaging people at ranges for the most part, kind of getting in, not like working really close to them, but in terms of just trying to stay up close and personal with them, and trying giving myself the advantage when it turns in those terms. So this assault rifle is really good. Hopefully you guys will be able to try it out. The highest level attachment on this build is obviously the stock, which I believe is level, I think it's level 28 or 24. I can't remember exact levels for the parts, but the highest level is the stock. You can find a comparable, but everything else on the every other part on the assault rifle is really, it's not high level at all. Working with the lower level stuff is actually a bit better, because it means more people can use it. It's not as harder for people to unlock the stuff. So I mean, if you can find a comparable stock to the collapsible, the ACP3 collapsible, just go with that, and you'll be good to go. Even you can put on a more mobile stock if you want to, or a more heavier stock, to kind of change up the way the gun works. If you're changing up the stocks, obviously it's going to affect your accuracy and your run speed and your range and stuff like that, so just be wary of that. You could go more mobile and stay a little bit more up close, or you can make it a bit heavier for more like sustained fire. But the way these parts work, it's more of a slightly out of close range build. I mean, mid range, you're not going to be doing too much damage. The range on the weapons 47 meters for your maximum damage, and then up to 102 until you start hitting your minimum damage. So I mean, it's pretty much comparable to the stock assault rifle in that, in terms of its range and stuff like that. So it does work out the way it is. I mean, it's a good all-arounder build. If you're going for a lighter sort of assault rifle build, this is definitely it. Obviously the run just being negative 0.14, it's not really going to affect much your run speed, so you can go for the heavier builds and not really take a hit in terms of speed, and that's always really nice. I like running around with more speed. If you guys hadn't tell, based on how I play usually, I like the faster moving build, so this works out really well. That is not taking a large hit to my run speed, and I'm able to get around everywhere that I need to be, and it's not, I guess you could say it's not intruding on my my play style too much. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys will try out this build. It's really nice. The game is coming to an end here. Final score is, I believe, 30-6, so it wasn't that great, but I haven't been feeling well the past few days. So I mean, it's not too bad, I'd have to say, for me not feeling that great. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Final victory screen here. We were down 2 players from our team, so it's nice that we came out in the victory, and I believe I joined slightly late as well. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna do it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.